The Brandon Peters Show may contain explicit language and detailed plot points. For more information on the show, stay tuned to the end of the episode.
The summer of 2004 at 20.
All right, it is another Friday here on the Brandon Peters Show, and as we do, we close out the summer of 2004 week with a music video discussion, and returning here for another one, we have Chris Johnson of The Normies.
Hello, I am Chris Johnson of The Normies.
On the location in the Normies studio.
This is the Normie studio.
Production values added for the special one.
Yep, it's mostly the couch and just this wall. Outside of that, it's a dilapidated building. You guys can't see the rest.
We're actually outside. There's no wall on the other side, so yeah.
Can't break the fourth wall if there's not one.
No, it's already been broken. All right. So, Chris, this week on the show, on Monday's episode, here are the movies we talked about.
Let's hear them.
All right. Thunderbirds.
Okay.
This is a remake of the Puppet Show from like the 1950s or 60s, but it's live action. So but a little bit down, a couple months later, Team America comes out, which is a parody of that stuff. But when it comes to making a modern version, they went live action, and it's...
That's because you said that, and my brain kind of did Team America instead, and you're like, oh, it's live action. I was like, oh, maybe that doesn't make a lot of sense, but all right, yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I can only imagine. As a pitch, it sounds like a bad idea. Let's do Team America, but live action.
Yeah.
People like, no.
It's got Bill Paxton.
Okay.
And Sophia Myles and Ben Kingsley.
And the Mandarin.
There's a girl in it, and I can't remember. It's an early role. I think Vanessa Hudgens is in it too.
She's gonna be super young then, right?
Yes.
Still Disney Channel age.
Not even High School Musical yet, I think. So yeah. Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
There's one I seen. Let's go. Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. That is a super fun movie. I loved it. This was I'm gonna out myself here. If I ever had a time in my life where I actually smoked weed, it was definitely around now.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, it's a weed movie. I want to see that. And I had already seen Harold is one of the first characters ever to say the words MILF. And he says it in American Pie about Stifler's mom, Jennifer Coolidge. And so I was like, oh, it's the MILF dude. Like, I definitely want to watch this. And I was a teenager, and there were boobs in this movie, I'm pretty sure, which kind of got me there. So I was like, I'm going to go watch it. Obviously, someone was like, there's boobs in this movie, dude. I'm like, all right. And it's about weed. I'm a teenager. Put it on.
And it's Neil Patrick Harris audition for How I Met Your Mother, because it's basically boom, boom. And what's funny is I forgot about the ad campaign for this, which Aaron Neuwirth on our episode he was against this movie going in because he hated the ad campaign because it said the Asian guy from American Pie and the Indian guy from
Rise of Taj.
Yeah,
Van Wilder.
Yeah, he was like the Indian guy. They couldn't. He was like mad. There's like, why we pointed out like that? Like, what?
You mean Captain Sulu and also Kal Penn, who worked for the Obama administration? Yes. See that coming.
And was in Superman Returns for some reason because he has like no like they made a big announcement that he was going to be in Superman Returns, and then the movie comes out. His one line is off screen.
Yeah. And
he is just like in the background henchman. And I'm like,
that's the one with Brendan Routh, right? Or Rolf.
Brendan Routh.
God. All right, if you say so.
Who, funny enough, I was living in Los Angeles when he got cast, and he worked at this little newspaper stand, magazine stand, by my apartment, and I wasn't there, but apparently the day he got Superman, he came in and said, I quit, I'm Superman, or like that, and they're like, the hell? And then like literally the next week, the Entertainment Weekly they got was him on the cover on the shelf. So that's a pretty funny little story.
That's pretty cool.
Brandon Routh. We got more movies. We have The Manchurian Candidate, the remake with Denzel Washington, Liev Schreiber, Meryl Streep.
Didn't see it, but I'm familiar with the concept because of pop culture in general.
It's pretty good. It's directed by Jonathan Demme, who did Silence of the Lambs.
Okay. I mean, he's got Meryl Streep and Denzel in it.
He did that one too. Yeah. So it's actually pretty good. And M. Night Shyamalan's The Village.
Ooh, The Village.
The Village.
Didn't watch it when it came out, but I watched it much later, so I'm familiar with The Village, definitely. What's her face is in it? Ron Howard's daughter, right?
It was her breakout role. It was Bryce Dallas Howard. Yeah.
Nice, yeah. And Adrian Brody?
Is that Adrian Brody?
Jesus.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver. William Hurt. Yeah. Jesse Eisenberg. Judy Greer. It is loaded.
It's I think it's one of the first M. Night that it's like...
That was the one, yeah. No, it's,
okay. Like,
so I enjoyed The Village because I was so into movies and stuff. I read production, like reading like what I can of Hollywood Reporter, stuff like that, and the twist or the turn or whatever got me.
Okay.
Because I was reading production notes stuff, and they were all about telling us that M. Night Shyamalan sent the cast to an 1800s boot camp to get authenticity.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing this movie, and I'm like hearing weird words in the dialogue. I'm like, man, this is a poor script. This is dialogue. I was like, man. And then she jumped, like, oh my God. Whoa,
and then you're like,
I was like,
oh,
okay.
They're just faking the funk.
Everybody that sees it or shows it is like, you didn't guess that? You didn't think I was? I'm like, no, because I thought why would you go to an 1800s boot camp if it's a fake 1800s?
To throw you off.
I guess. Or they probably never went.
And I think that's one of the problems that obviously we know now with hindsight is that when you build your career around twist and everyone's expecting twist. So if I would have seen that movie as like an adult, I would have been looking for the twist and I'd have been like, got it.
Well, Aaron on the episode pointed out that's making me see, like, I agree with him on this. This is the first M. Night Shyamalan movie that is predicated on the twist. Like, it's all about it. Everything else has good character drama. Every character has arcs, stuff like, yes, there's a turn in there that's like, oh, wow. But there are strong movies regardless. This is the first one that, like, sits and...
Yeah.
And
like, Sixth Sense is still a good ghost movie, even if he's not dead at the end. And... did Signs come out before this?
Signs and Unbreakable had come out.
Okay, Unbreakable, once again, that's another just general good one.
Yeah.
And then Signs is good too, and there's not even really much of a twist in Signs.
Swing away, Meryl. Like, the mom said that, and then you saw the water, and it was like, swing away. It's like, it's not
much of a twist, but that one does starts to fall apart that the aliens, who water is like a thing just everywhere in general, like even in fucking on other planets, and they're like, we're going to show up to the planet 70% water. That's stuff that kills us.
Yeah.
I guess it means that they're really desperate, but also like, we'll just bleed on you.
Possible too. But yeah, so like that was the first one. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get that. And the next one he does is Lady in the Water, which is atrocious.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one since
Daniel Radcliffe?
Still. No, that's Paul Giamatti and Bryce Dallas Howard's back. And M. Night Shyamalan plays the most important writer in the world. Oh my God.
I want to see the new one, A Knock at the Cabin Door, or something like that.
He's back now. Like, so, like, I told someone, like, M. Night Shyamalan's career right now is like a sandwich where the bread's the best part.
Okay.
So that's why I've described it.
On either end, you get all the weird middle stuff. Because he did Old recently. We had the Split.
The Visit, Split. The Glass was bad. But the one Knock at the Cabin was not bad.
Yeah.
And then this Trap movie looks awesome.
Okay, I haven't even seen the trailer for it.
Oh, Josh Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett's back?
Yeah. He plays a guy, the trailer, like, so he's taking his daughter to a concert, like some kind of like Lady Gaga thing, and she's excited, and he's going like to get concession or whatever, and the guy's like, hey man, he like knows the guy, he's like, it's crazy going on, and he's like, what? He's like, so this concert's fake, like it's a setup because there's like a serial killer the FBI's been after, and like, so they think this will get him here, and he's going to be here, and they're going to trap him. And Josh Hartnett is the serial killer that they're looking for, and it's like, oh shit! So, amazing premise. I hope it cashes in well.
That's a pretty good enough premise to follow the serial killer who's trying not to get caught. It's like
he knows they're there to get him. He does fall for the trap, but now he knows the trap is there before it's supposed to be set. But like a fake concert to capture a serial killer. But
I know it's not your realm, but as a good anime boy, I must tell you, if you like that premise, then Death Note. Okay. Super short. It's like 26 episodes. Watch Death Note.
One's fine. I had to watch for this summer, and I'm not going to judge anime in this because I did watch Chainsaw.
Yeah, you watch Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man, and then I saw Boy and the Heron, of course, last year, which was wonderful. But I had to watch for this. We had to watch Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh no! Yu-Gi-Oh was barely a good cartoon, though.
My son came by. I was like, "The hell are you watching this for?" And I was like, I have to for this. He's like, all it is a card game.
Yeah, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Exodia.
I'm like, yeah, but this is the movie based off that card game. He goes, huh? And I'm like, literally, they sit and like just play cards.
Yeah, that's.
I'm like, I was like, oh my gosh, it was hard to watch. But I don't judge anime on that one. That was crazy. So. So we are now with Lean Back. That's our music video. Second single from the second and final Terror Squad album, True Story.
What was the first single? Do you know?
I don't know. I didn't check. Oh, wait, yeah. So follows Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. And then there'd be another single called Take Me Home.
I don't think I know either of those.
Do you remember when Bone Thugs and Harmony did Take Me Home with Phil Collins? And Phil Collins was in the video trying to act like hard, but he looked like an 80s like Wall Street guy.
Is that real?
No, we watch this after this.
Yes.
And Phil Collins is trying to act hard with Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's funny. Hailed as a summer classic, it hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, where it stayed for 3 weeks and achieved gold status in sales. Rolling Stones named it one of the 100 greatest songs of hip hop.
Okay.
The song features Fat Joe and Remy from the group. Remixers would later include Lil Jon, Eminem, and Mace. Now this is clean rapper Mace,
Mace.
Comeback Mace, from Fat Joe's 2005 album and Lil Jon's Crunk Juice remix album. A Puerto Rican remix featured Tego Calderon and Tony Touch. There's one with Cha Millionaire. One with Lil Wayne, Max B, Jadakiss, USDA, and G Unit.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Will you read that one more time?
Lil Wayne, Max B, what?
Chameleonaire.
Sorry, did I say Cha?
You said Cha Millionaire.
I read my white pronunciation.
No, I got you. I'm here to partially save you.
Cha Millionaire. All right, Girl Talk did a mashup with Space Talks in the meantime.
Let's go Girl Talk.
And Lil Flip did a diss track using this to go after T.I.
Okay.
So here we are, group effort. This group made famous by Big Punisher, aka Big Pun.
R.I.P.
And this is their last album. Just like I talked about, we did D12 earlier in the summer,
nice.
Eminem's group. And this was and when we talked about my band, that was from their second and last album.
Nice. Oh, no, they had it. What the fuck was the first one? I know they got that.
Yeah, Purple Pills.
Purple Pills, that's the single from that one?
That's the first one. The one we did was my band.
Yeah.
So there's that one.
Song.
So Terror Squad and Lean Back?
Yeah, so 2004, I went to Miami. And my aunt worked at 99 Jam. She'd been working there for almost a decade, I think. And we walk up and there's a dude coming out with a big old Terror Squad necklace on him. Me and my cousin's like, who the hell is this guy? And it's DJ Khaled. And he's loud and he's like, yo, I'm friends with your aunt. She's a real nice lady. Hope you guys get to come and check out the space. And we're like at this radio station. We have no idea what's happening. And we were super excited. And so I don't know, it's just interesting because I remember I had a Source magazine. I think DJ Khaled was in. I was like, I just met this guy, and it was reading about him. I was like, okay, this is interesting. So it was right before he started blowing up, and I don't know, the song you just lean back. I don't know. I had a buddy. We used to kind of try to make music together, and he hated this song. He was like, I was like, nah, man, it's pretty cool. And then Scott Storch is he's the producer for it. Mm-hmm. He showed how he made the sounds of he shows himself playing it, and it's really cool. But he also had beef with Timberland at one point in time.
Oh,
they're both producers, and they didn't like each other. I don't remember why. It was silly.
Timberland.
Okay. He's making beats. They making beats. Someone's got to beef with someone. But no, Scott Storch made a bunch of other cool stuff too. And it's a good beat. It's a good track. It's a good song. Music video is
Yeah, so this music video is directed by Raul Conde and Jesse Torero. This is Conde's only credit. So Torero, not the first time we're talking about him this summer. He directed Soul Plane. Yeah, he also created the TV show Bravos and directed Gun, starring 50 Cent. He does a lot of music videos. Petey Pablo's Raise Up.
Nice.
50 Cent's Wanksta, Candy Shop, Chingy's Right There. He goes on to Enrique Iglesias, Bad Bunny, The Weeknd, Jennifer Lopez. He starred in an episode of Sopranos.
Okay.
And actual character name, not guy in background. And then he was the extras casting director for Ghost Dog: The Way of the Samurai.
Ghost Dog! We just did that. Yes. All right. As a brief plug, on our movie club podcast, we did Ghost Dog for Kung Fu Night or Kung Fu Month a couple of months back. Mm-hmm. So we just seen Ghost Dog, which was really good. And I was also going to commentate that it's kind of wild. And this is I remember this time, but you could have a career and a life making music videos. Mm-hmm. I don't know that you can do that now. You would have to be really, really good. There's channels that do it, Lyrical Lemonade and stuff, but or Cole Bennett, but I think
Well, I mean, he's doing Bad Bunny, so he's still working. I mean, there are people when I look, I'm like, oh man, you've been working heavily in the last few years. So Lady Gaga still makes music videos. Taylor Swift directs her own now. And stuff.
Okay.
But there's still people, they make them, but I bet the money's just not as there as it used to be, or the resources. So
I think it's a great medium for making stuff. That lady, oh man, we'll have to talk. That lady has one of the ladies in the music videos has nails that have JOE on them for Fat Joe.
Okay.
So she has that on her nails, but like has chains, they're dangling off. But
do you remember Fat Joe's tribute track to Big Pun? And he used like the Young and the Restless theme or whatever. One of the soap opera themes was like in the B.
I wish I could ring. No, I don't think I do.
Yeah, I remember like because Diddy did his
Yeah,
Biggie
with the Sting got all the money for that.
Yeah.
Even though Sting, you were in a band, Sting, felt like maybe the band should have got some of that money too. Just absolutely not. No, I don't remember the tribute for Big Pun. I'd have to seek it out. I've definitely heard it though, because I mean, this was like big for my youth when I was a young.
I was never like really like I would like Fat Joe was a guy. I don't think I bought any albums, but I would download singles from him. Like I don't know. I was like really that into him too much. I don't know Big Pun. I had Big Pun. Like I had some like mix CD that they released, like some hip hop collection, and I was like, and I had like Big Pun's like big track, the one with Joe or whatever.
Yeah.
Don't want to be. Wait, no.
That's just Pun on that, but that is the big. That's the biggest.
Yeah. And Fat Joe, I don't think I ever had an album of his, but
and I definitely didn't either. But I just remember like this song was popular. It was like I was in high school. Like no one was really. It was a lot of Young Jeezy at the time, some Gucci Mane. In fact, I met Gucci Mane in 2004 on that same trip because we were interns for the radio station. So
this was college club music when I was at my age. So like the music video is just literally like it starts with kids waiting on the street for Fat Joe to come by.
Yep.
And he walks through his like shoe collection that he wants to show off in this video, and then it's just him.
The pink Air Forces were cold though.
Yeah. Just hanging around on the streets and stuff and like all his gang, but like I call this as like this is the Fat Man dance instruction video, like the most unexciting, lazy inspired dance moves of the summer. Like, all right, but it's like it's trying to say like we try to act cool so we don't dance too much, because they said like one of the lyrics is gangsters don't dance and boogie, but it's like but
is it?
This is how you can, if some girl wants to dance with you at the club, this is what you can do to get by. You'll make it really far into the night if you can just lean back.
Man, it's Fat Joe's outfit's super nice, but obviously it's gonna be because he's got all his ice.
Yep.
Gonna show off the crown and all that. I think I don't know. I think it's fun. It's one of those things where it's like people were trying to do it, but I feel like because I actually going to parties and shit at this time that like it wasn't cool though. Like if you were standing around, you're like I'm just gonna lean back. They're like you gotta go dance with somebody, do a little something.
It's a song about teaching us how to not dance by dancing.
Yeah.
Something like that.
There's 2 steps here. Remy Ma comes in though and she kills it.
Yep.
I was also talking about like the look of the video. So it's like I think at the time a lot of videos looked like this, but now it feels like it has style. But it's just like it's got like the retro vintage varnish on it. But that's just because it's old. You know what I mean? It's like throughout time. Now it's interesting because it feels like a time capsule.
Right.
And music videos. I've had this ongoing project that I try to do every year where I try to do like my top 10 music videos for the year.
Okay.
And I had my last year's, and I'll have to just send you what I think the 10 were because I never finished a video. This next year, I'm actually going to do it because I want to praise good music videos.
Right. Are you doing just modern or just what you...
I was doing modern, so like the ones that came out that year. I first had the idea in 2015 because Childish Gambino had a really good music video, and I was like, damn. And then the dude who directed that went on to direct a bunch of episodes of Atlanta.
Gotcha.
So it was like, okay, like it had style, it had an idea.
So one of the most fascinating things I find with these is like they were popular stuff, but like tracking them and information on them can sometimes prove difficult. Like there's missing directors, there's missing actors, like you don't know who's in, like models, like so you'll have like models and stuff in them, but they're not credited. You can't like dig and find like
no one was signing paperwork.
Resources you have for television and film cast lists or even like record recording stuff is not there for music videos. Like this guy we're seeing come in there, like he deserves a credit. Right?
Yeah. He does a gag in a second where he has to take his pants off to get in.
Right. And this model right here, what's her name? Don't know. And you can't find it probably.
Video vixens.
Video vixens. Yeah. I mean, you could do a whole documentary on like where these people are. Like there's this one music video I think we did a couple summers ago for like 38 Special or something. There's this person who's like literally the main character of the video all around. She has it was Cheap Trick.
Cheap Trick.
Cheap Trick had this woman in this video predominantly. Like it's all about her. No idea who she is. No, there's no record, and like I'm not gonna go calling around,
right?
But it's fascinating to me that there's so much lost stuff here with this, and they just didn't treat it like a as much of a production as they should have. Now, when you saw these on TV, they'd have like the little thing would say the song, the artist, the album, the record company, director. That's it. What they would all say. That's about it. But I mean,
I think, well, at this point, my old man take is that it's a bit of a lost art form. I do think that the ones nowadays, I think people are putting a little more like, oh no, this is the person, or that's the person. It's man, look at the way everybody's dressed. It's so wild. The big clothes and all that. I was here for that.
God, I had so many big outfits. God, I thought I was being cool. So, watch it back and like, oh my gosh.
Like, was I being cool though? The 5950, the fitted caps. I had all of that, man. This was God, 2004 me. I know photos exist, and I hope they don't.
The 00s were like the last hurrah for like the music videos. They're pretty much gone by the end of it, or just really cheap. Unless you're like an elite artist that can fund or get the funding of that. But I mean, they're made to help album sales, and who's buying albums now? Like that's the I still, if it's an artist I like to own the album.
And this is 2004, so they are 3 years away from Soulja Boy decimating anything that makes sense and then just selling ringtones.
That's true. That's true. And a lot of it, like now they sell, like TikTok is important in album or song sales. Like that's so crazy. Like I'm like, how? And there's that one song I hear all the, like, I hate the song because it, to me, I can't remember what it's, what's the one? Everybody uses it for stuff and I can't remember. But to me, when like everybody's using, like, you lost, the creator is not creative when you're just using the same song everybody else does.
Yeah. And we're just doing it because the algorithm is like, well, that's the popular one. But, screw the algorithm. Why does it wants that to be the popular one? I try not to pick things like that, but then my videos don't do well. Like my reels, and it's like, well, now I have to use the trending video.
As someone who's creative and stuff, there's the thing between wanting to be the artist and then wanting to be the business person. And it's like, I want to be different. I want to do my own thing, but I know people are going to come to it if it's this. Like, like everybody's one for me thing never does as well as the other thing. Like it always, like my promo, like I was telling you about, like my promo videos I always did. Like this one's gonna hit. It's gonna go around the. But me holding up and unboxing something,
game over. You want?
like oh my gosh, I have to turn off notifications. It's just insane, and that, like, I don't know, like, and this music video probably in the degree of like, because I mean there's dancing, but like this isn't like this is just getting coverage of everybody. Together. Then there's the ones with the story and stuff, and maybe people aren't interested in that.
And I mean, on some technical stuff too, and this is no offense to the music video, but it's just a big light right off camera. Camera's probably like on maybe a little dolly, but it's like they're not doing anything super complicated. It looks good. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it doesn't.
No.
Everybody's like all blinged out. Like it's a good looking music video, but it's like not really a lot there. It's like my friend called it, so there's a whole movement of like pretty girl models in couture doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like that was a whole genre of that for a while, where it'd be like it'd be just girls like dressed in like really cute like streetwear and stuff, like doing nothing, and like some dude like rapping next to him, and it's like, that's the vibe, right? And,
or like I think like the Bad Boy records, they just had like, okay, we're just gonna just perform in a bunch of lights.
Yeah.
just
we ain't going nowhere. We'll get Ben Stiller in the video.
We might melt. It's so hot, but at least we'll look cool in our video. Like that's what they do. But So that's Terror Squad. Lean back. Still a jam. So Chris, thank you for joining the summer of 2004 at 20. I'm sure you'll be back on the show sooner rather than later. Probably a live one too here.
Yeah.
All right. So your next stop on the show is probably PopCon Louisville from when this drops. And so then, till then, where can people keep up with you?
If you guys are interested in seeing more of me, my shenanigans, and my group of friends, we can be found over at The Normies. If you look us up on YouTube, it's just The Normies. We're a group of friends that do reactions. We watch music videos occasionally as well. We have a movie club podcast. We have a podcast where we make anime foods. We do a lot of cool stuff. You guys should just come on over, check us out. You'll probably enjoy it. And right now, as I mentioned in the last one, we're watching Buffy. We're almost done with Buffy. Buffy came out in 2004. I'm just assuming if you're watching this video, you're interested in Brandon Peters and also the year of 2004. So there's the crossover.
I'm a Buffy fan, so I support.
Yeah.
So there you go. It works.
We just saw Willow do the terrible thing to Warren. Bored now. We were not ready. We were absolutely not ready for that.
So I like that season a lot.
Yeah.
And I know it's got the worst episode, what everybody considers the worst episode.
Which one?
The fast food one.
Oh, yeah, the Double Meat Palace?
Yep, the Double Meat Palace. So, but I really like that season a lot, and And I've looked on and it's not a popular one?
No, I could see why. We're watching it not in hindsight, but from where we're watching, because we watch all of Buffy all the way through. It was like villain of the week, big bad guy. But Buffy just came back from hell or from heaven. And it's like, oh my God, this is crazy. And spoilers for Buffy, obviously. Yeah. And she, so like the villains are the nerds though. And they are the most annoying part. But it's because everyone's dealing with their own internal stuff. And it's kind of, Buffy was like up a bit, I think emotionally, but this season's been kind of a downer. And these nerds feel like they're really piling on. And so for us, it's like, God, can we get a win? Can we get a little bit of levity? And then like the whole Spike thing was good. And then there's the whole sexual assault thing. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, like Jesus, Buffy, can we please get an up? And then finally Warren dies. Like, yeah. And then Willow's back.
See, I like the real consequences for what has happened that show in that season that I just wasn't expecting. I love the musical episode, and I love the one right after it, Tabula Rasa, where it's got Michelle Branch in the episode. And so it's right after the musical episode. It's Tabula Rasa. It's when Giles wants to leave and they make everybody like forget who they are.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Him and Spike think they're son and father.
Any Buffy. Because usually there's every season has that one episode that's like, you're never going to forget this one.
Scream from the one season with the creepy guy that take your voice.
Yep. And then The Body from season 5, which is that's a great but tough episode.
So I skipped that episode and had to watch it by myself as like a Patreon uncut. And I was like downstairs in a basement like holding a pillow like, what the fuck? Absolutely not by myself.
That part where she goes to touch her mom and then goes to the dead body. It's like, oh, jeez.
God. Yeah, like a certain episode of Succession. So we're right there, and I do agree that it is like actual real consequences. But it's been such a like kind of a bummer. It's good, but it's like for us, it's hitting us like very sadly. We were having like fun on the couch for a little bit there, and it's like fun's over. Buffy's got to get a job. All right,
that she was happy being dead. That's the crazy thing that happens. So.
Hurts even more.
All right, so cool. So I'm on the socials at Brandon4KUHD. PopCon Louisville coming up very soon here in August. So podcast stage, if it's not full already, sign up and you can be a part of it, which I'm hosting. More information at popcon.us. Anson Mount's there, so come see him. And have all the fun. Monday, Scott, Aaron, and I discuss She Hate Me, Open Water, Little Black Book, and Collateral. All that and more as the summer of 2004 at 20 continues.
The summer of 2004.